What up, everybody? It's your boy PTK Blam back here on another Saturday afternoon. Thank you guys for coming out and tuning in. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to the channel recently. There has been a big push or big bump on my channel, and I really appreciate you guys enjoying the content and the videos. But we're here. We're here for another episode of the Shop Podcast. I got some great gamers here, as we always do on the panel. Doing something special here today. Shout out to Jarhead on Twitter. He gave me a screenshot of a bunch of those Gears packs for the cards, and I'm gonna be giving away those codes here randomly on today's show to somebody, one of my followers on Twitter. So if you haven't, follow me on Twitter. If you're watching live, make sure you do watch the show to see who wins. Maybe you. So let's go ahead and get into some of the people here on the panel. Most of them you know already, but let's go ahead and go around the panel anyway. So go ahead and shout yourself out, Governor. I know everybody kind of been worried about you a little bit, man. Let everybody know how you feeling.
Yeah, man. It's been a crazy few days. We've been doing a lot of cleanup and stuff with the hurricane and everything. I really want to say, thanks to everybody in the community, man. Like the support, like everybody, like stay safe, the best wishes and everything. It's been fantastic, and we really appreciate it. So yeah, ready to get back into talking games.
For sure, man, and glad to hear that you and She Wolf and the family are doing well, man. I know me and my family were praying for you and She Wolf hard, and everybody down there in Florida too, that you guys had safe passage and everything was all right. So it's glad to hear from you. Glad to see that you guys are here today. So we're gonna go ahead and just go ahead to your better half. She Wolf, go ahead and shout yourself out, First Lady.
Well, definitely. Well, thank you for inviting me, and it is a big thank you for all the support from everybody. It was amazing just getting the DMs asking how we are. Sucks we did lose internet and power and everything, so replies was really hard to get them out there and everything. And I dropped my head down to everyone in the Bahamas and down in Cuba that didn't make it. We're just really glad that it ended up turning out the way that it did for us, and we did get a very weaker storm. We've been cleaning and doing so much for the last few days that it's just been hectic. Heck, I was sleeping before the show even started, so I was so tired.
Well, once again, we just want to say we're happy to see that you guys are both safe, and that's really all that matters. And like she said, prayers out to everybody who may be in a worse situation. Down in Haiti and in the Caribbean, prayers out to them too that everything gets worked out. So we got another guest here on the show, Predator HCO. Shout out yourself. You ain't really a guest. You part of the show. So
I was like, oh, damn it.
Yeah, shout out to yourself. Brother.
Hey man, thanks for having me on again. I think I was gonna make it today, but shout out to everybody who's in Florida, surviving and getting back on their feet, man. It's not cool when you look outside and your tree is blowing sideways. So not just to GKB and She-Wolf, but I know we got some other YouTubers out there. I think Crap and Brutal are also in Florida as well. So
we got Zaz, we got Brutal, we got Clowns, we got Fox, we got Crap Gamer. Like there's a list. You'd be surprised how many are actually in Florida.
So shout out to all you guys for safety first. Obviously, hope all you guys are okay. Let's go ahead and move on to Mr. Energy himself, Live Wire man. Shout yourself out, brother.
Oh man, it's your boy Live Wire. I'm up in this bitch, baby.
I don't like that.
I've been playing a lot of years, so I'm on E a little bit. I still gotta finish it, man. It's just, but I'm in this bitch, baby. I'm in.
All right, everybody, man. So let's go ahead and just dive into the topics. Once again, everyone in the chat is live. We'll be taking a couple questions at the end. You guys know how we do here on the Shop Podcast. Take a couple questions. I will be giving away. I will be picking a random winner at the end of the show, by the way. So stay tuned, to see who wins. It could be you potentially. So let's go ahead and just dive right into the topics, everybody. Got a lot of shit to talk about here today. It's been a big week. So first things first, obviously, we want to talk about Gears of War 4. Now, I don't have the game as of yet, but I know pretty much everybody else here on the panel has it. Some have played it longer than others, but I wanted to get everybody's opinion on Gears of War 4 and how they're enjoying it. So we'll start with you, Governor. I know you just started playing it like today because your power just recently got cut back on, but what are your first impressions? What are your early impressions of the game so far, man?
Yeah, I got actually like 4 or 5 hours into the game right now. My initial impressions is like I was saying on other podcasts is I think this game is going to be setting the precedence for all first party games going forward. Like the graphics, the sound, the weapons, just everything, the gameplay. It's just fantastic. And it's just super fun game. So I'm super excited about it. I can't wait to finish it as well. So yeah, after the show, I'll be getting back into that. So.
For sure. That's definitely that's one of the things that I'm constantly hearing, man. I feel like people are saying that it's setting a bar for the AAA.
Absolutely.
They're not only saying Microsoft AAAs, they're talking about AAAs in general. On any console. So I'm hearing high praises from a lot of people. But let's go ahead and move on to you, Pred, man. What are your first impressions of the game? How are you enjoying it, man?
I beat it this morning, man. I've been playing like nonstop when I can. So no spoilers here or anything like that, but just piggybacking off what GKB said, man, the graphics in this game are amazing. And I'm not even playing on like a 4K TV. I have like a 2K. I've been playing a little bit on PC, kind of going back and forth with Windows 10, the Play Anywhere, playing a little bit on PC on Windows 10, and coming back and playing a little bit on Xbox. I'm not playing Horde mode yet. I've been kind of saving that till I finish the game. But I beat the campaign today, and I want to say, just kind of rushing through it. I think I did it in about maybe 10 to 12 hours. And that's like, maybe pussyfooting around a little bit in a couple of areas and looking for stuff. And some areas I was just kind of shooting through it. But the game graphically, top notch. And I'm saying that, and it's not even on like full up HDR 4K TV monitor or anything like that. So this definitely will be an eye opener for anybody who's looking like to what the future of gaming is going to look like with the X12 and stuff like that. It looks great. No one out there will be disappointed by the graphics in this game.
It's weird too. Like you'll go into like areas where like it's going to be like a shooting gallery type like scenario, and it's just like everything looks like a painting. Like the detail in this game is just phenomenal, man. I can't believe it.
Those scenes with like the lightning strikes and stuff like that are like my favorite.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Jamie Moran. Who's probably watching right now. What's up, Jamie? He just tweeted out a picture with no HDR, and it was exactly what you was talking about. One of the screenshots with the lightning coming down. I don't know exactly what level it is, but it looked gorgeous. Like I said, I haven't seen it in person as of yet, but I can't wait till I get my hands on it. That's what I'm hearing just constantly, that the game is beautiful. The pacing is even right. Even Cliffy B, he can be kind of a jerk sometimes, but even he gave it up. He's like, what, this is probably the best Gears yet. He said it's beautiful. The gameplay is fun, so I'm really looking forward to diving in when I pick it up. What about you, Livewire? How you feeling about the game, man?
Oh man, I see the man. It's just I really enjoy the game. Like if you like, it has a great story. I haven't even finished it yet. I'm like on the beginning of chapter 5, but just from where it has progressed thus far, I'm just like, man, the story is great. Then I played some multiplayer. That's great. It's like what you want from a AAA game. You want a solid story and you want solid multiplayer. And I'm not even saying the multiplayer is solid. The multiplayer is amazing, right? The story is great, but like together you have an amazing game. Like you got 10 hours of a great story, and then you have endless hours of great multiplayer. Like I don't, there's nothing else to really you can't really complain about. Like they have more shit in the game than I'd even really like, because we've seen all these commercials, right? So you're looking at the commercials, like, damn, they're gonna give too much away. And just from the beginning, you'd be like, hold up, I ain't remember seeing these little motherfuckers around. Like, where'd they come from? Like the shit is crazy. Like the amount of weapons, the amount of enemies, different enemies that they have. There's a particular enemy in there that this guy's like, I don't know, I forget what they call that shit, man. But that thing grabs you, and the sound it makes, like this, it's like a clicky, weird, like it's like some aliens type shit, like the movie, like the sound it makes just like makes you cringe when you hear it, because you're like, oh fuck, this motherfucker's around. Or when you get down and you just see him coming, you're like, oh shit, yo, somebody help me, man, help me. Like that shit is. Like it's crazy single player, but multiplayer, oh man, you just the conversations. This is something you have to like live stream.
Yeah, the dialogue is amazing. Yeah, like between the characters. I actually was about to say that earlier too. Like,
but between the characters and between the players, because just getting down, you just like hearing people just scream, yeah, what the fuck you doing? Hey, get over here. He's about to, motherfucker, look, don't let him go. Oh, shit, bitch. Like the conversations you have are just crazy, man. It's amazing, man. Yeah, I love it.
Definitely. See, that's what I've been hearing. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Like consistently been hearing the same thing, that the game is just fucking awesome, man. So I'm definitely excited when I go ahead and pick my copy up. So She-Wolf, I don't know how many hours or you and GKB been tag teaming or not, but what are your impressions of the game so far?
I haven't played it at all. I decided to sleep instead of play.
Oh, hey, nothing wrong with that.
GKB.
Yeah,
Damn it.
I feel you. If you're that tired, you might as well just you don't want to ruin gears if you're tired.
Hey,
You
come on. I'm a mama, so during a storm, I also have 2 little ones that I gotta keep calm and
definitely.
So it's not even just me worrying; it's also them. But I did, I saw a couple of things in between while, if I woke up or whatever while GKB was playing, because the bed's right across from where he games, so I can see all of it. And, he was walking into a different, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but like different cutscenes and stuff. It actually looked like you're watching like a really good quality movie. And that alone just makes games like this amazing to play when the cutscenes are so enjoyable. Like I literally was so tired, I would fall asleep, wake up from something I would hear from his game, and then I would sit there watching it as long as I could until I like passed out again, just because it was so intriguing. Even though I wasn't playing it, it still had like amazing graphics, and I'm just like, whoa, wait, what was that? Like there's so much going on in this game that, it could definitely be, game of the year. Well, I'm hoping it's going to be Xbox Game of the Year, but I guess we'll see. And of course, I'm hoping to get into that campaign with Fox. So,
for sure. Shout out Firefox. So she just got in here, by the way. She just jumped in the chat. So shout out to you, Love. Always in here showing love. But yeah, so Gears 4 is looking fantastic, everyone. We knew it was going to be big. Honestly, thinking about, I'm hearing people the amount of time that they're beating it in. I'm pretty surprised that it was even that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a pleasant surprise that you get a good solid, 9, 10, 11 hours out of the game. I guess depending on how you play it, you're going through trying to do all the collectibles and all the in-between stuff, then it'll probably take longer. But I guess even if you're just trying to zoom through the game, it's still a decent time, 7, 8 hours probably. So I'm pretty impressed with that. So definitely getting gear. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, everyone. By the way, if any of you are just joining us right now, I am doing a random giveaway here. They're for gear packs. So one of my subscribers shot me some codes, so I'm going to go ahead and give them away to some random subs. So just keep on listening to the end of the show. I will be giving those away. So the next topic is
actually, hey, Blam, before you move on,
sure,
because we were talking about Gears, can GKB give a little detail about that Gears console?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, GKB, if you got something to say, brother.
Yeah, it's freaking amazing. Like it's kind of bittersweet because like everything that was going on, I kind of grabbed it. I did a quick unboxing to throw it up on the channel, but like, man, it's just phenomenal. Just the color, the gear stuff, the detail and stuff from the scratch marks are really awesome. The button, the noises, and all that stuff. She-Wolf loves when I hit the eject button. She loves that noise for sure.
I hate it. Oh my god, it's worse than the Halo one.
Wow,
it's
really?
Loud screeching. Like it literally, you press it and it's like, like it's so annoying. I can't even believe they would do that. Worst ever.
It's super awesome.
They don't sound like they had you in mind when they made that console.
Can you turn that off at least?
Is there a way to turn it off in the settings or anything? Or no,
apparently, Michael Barr did add that. I don't have the Gears one anymore, so what?
Oh, okay.
Staying on.
He's just staying on.
He'll leave it on. I'll just have to like go in there one of these times while he's at work and just turn it off and see how long it takes him to notice.
You better not.
Watch me. But I love how detailed it is. You would think like the scratch marks would just be like a form of paint job on it, but they're actually like fully engraved into it. Like if you put your hand over it, it actually feels like something grabbed onto this thing and dug its nails through it. And
That's crazy.
I was wondering if it was textured or not. If it's just like
no, it's textured, definitely. I've heard that many times from people that got it. Yeah,
it is
custom. It's real custom. Like no paint, no just paint job. That's really like.
I'm gonna get my Dremel tool out, make my own stretch marches on my.
I just, it's so great to see Xbox turn around and actually do something like this, and how much detail they added to this. It's got to be their best console yet.
Yeah, definitely. I think so too. It's one of the best ones.
They got to do something like that for Scalebound, please, Microsoft.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like if they make a console with scales, oh my god,
it's over.
That should be insane, man.
It's crazy. Yeah, I can see them. I mean, they got a lot of games they can do some cool things with. They've had a lot of opportunities that didn't necessarily take advantage of, even with other games that have come out, previously. So hopefully they're not just doing this for like the huge big AAA titles, but maybe they'll start doing it for smaller games also too. Hopefully we get maybe a Scalebound or a Crackdown or maybe even a Sea of Thieves one. So that would be awesome. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic. It's Quantum Break announcement. It's coming tomorrow. Kind of random too. It just came out of nowhere. Sam Lake posted that they were going to be doing something with Quantum Break. There was going to be some big news coming out of with Remedy tomorrow. I think around 4 or 5 o'clock. I think it was. I have it here, 4 p.m. October 9th. So, anybody have any idea, or just any thoughts on the announcement? Coming out of there, and maybe a DLC, you think? Maybe a new game, anything. So we'll go ahead and start with you, Livewire, on this one. What do you think, man? What's going on with Quantum Break? You feel like it's going to be anything? Anything big?
I hope it's a new game, but if it's not, I'll take DLC. I just love Quantum Break, so as long as it's just not like, well, guess what? We made this official Quantum Break day, so go play Quantum Break. I'll be like, all right. Already played twice at least, but okay, yeah. But nah, as long as I want to continue the story because I still want to figure out, like, we didn't face what's his name? Damn, what was the guy's name? The black guy. Because what they call those guys? It was like some creature or some shit that was like walking in between time. I forget what they call him. I can't remember, but whatever. We didn't face that shit. We only faced his boy. So, hey, look, I'm down for it, man. I'm down for it. Especially if I don't gotta pay extra. That's what's up.
For sure, man. Yeah, like I said too, live. It was random. It was kind of out of nowhere. Like we didn't see this coming or anything like that. And all of a sudden, just Sam Lake tweeted like, "Hey, we got a big announcement coming tomorrow." So I'm not exactly sure what the fuck that's gonna be.
Question. Since they're giving us some kind of news, I wonder how much this game sold, because we've been told for the longest that it didn't sell worth a shit. You know what I mean? So if they're adding something to it, I'm wondering, how well did it do? It might have been better than we thought.
Yeah, that's a good question to ask too. All right, Governor, let's get your take, man. I don't know if you saw it or not, or if you maybe seen it on Twitter. About the Quantum Break announcement coming tomorrow. What you think, man? What you think they're gonna do?
I don't know, man. Like, ICXM just updated their article on that too, and saying that people are saying it's kind of like a joke. So I don't know what they're gonna possibly say. Yeah, I mean, it's on their side. I don't know, man, honestly. But I was reading the whole thing. But if it is something that that is legit and stuff like that, I would probably think it would be a DLC, not another game. They might have had, some time. And to Livewire's point too, like we don't really know how well it sold. Did it, meet the expectations? Did it not? Is it warranted some DLC? I think a game is a little too early to announce or even talk about since it just came out this year. So I don't know. If it's anything, it's probably gonna be DLC.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking too. I mean, like you said, it's definitely got a great story. So I mean, a continuation would kind of make sense. So maybe some type of DLC will be kind of cool. And I honestly don't think that the time frame from when the game came out, they obviously they could have been working on a DLC. That could have been the original part of the plan. Who says that it wasn't due to, I guess, the game selling or however it sold. So it may have been the plan all along was to make some DLC. We don't know. So I'd hope for something though, because the story was fucking fantastic. The game was great. So what about you, Fred? What are you thinking, man? Quantum Break tomorrow, an announcement. You thinking it should?
I'm with everybody else, man. I think it's gonna be DLC. Okay. Unless they just throw us a curveball and announce it coming to PlayStation 4. I seriously doubt it's gonna happen. That was like gonna be a shitstorm happening.
Yeah,
it's gotta be DLC.
That should be like, are you fucking kidding me?
I think the internet would lose its fucking
The internet
mind
would
if that
lose
game
its
goes
shit.
over to
Yeah.
fucking PlayStation.
Doesn't Microsoft own that game though? Don't they own the IP or?
That should be crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, I you know the ever since the Tomb Raider thing happened, I've never like trusted anything anymore when it comes to exclusive. So, I mean, again, I don't think that's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be DLC, but I think just thinking on the curveball, if they did that, that'd be crazy.
You thought that Titanfall shit was crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So, look who crashed the party, everyone. We got a Xbox showed up. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, people? Yo, my bad for being late, man. There was an issue with the giveaway. Andre Blue, my boy Andre Blue on Twitter, my brand new boy. We just started following each other and everything like that. He had an issue with the code, but everything is straightened out now, and he does have a digital copy of the Ultimate Edition of Gears of War 4.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. So if you guys are listening, I don't know what you guys need to do to win, but what does everybody need to do?
Well, he already won. He already won.
Oh, okay.
There was only one, man. It was a podcast giveaway, man.
Okay, for sure.
While we were going, so. But
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Shout out to whoever won. I don't know who won, but shout out
Andre Blue.
Oh, Andre Blue. He's the one who won. Okay, sorry. Yes. I thought maybe he was the one who was giving away. Okay, my bad. All right, cool. So shout out Andre Blue for winning. Hope you enjoyed the game, brother. So we were kind of going around the panel. X, I don't know if you caught it. We were talking about this Quantum Break announcement tomorrow, man, and what could it possibly be? So let's go ahead and get your take on it before I get to She-Wolf.
You know, I was thinking about it when I saw the announcement, and I was like, man, I really don't think it's going to be a sequel. A lot of people said sequel. I just don't see that happening right now. I would say maybe they did an expansion. Like as they were making the game, they were also making like an expansion to the game that they could possibly be coming out with now. I think that's probably the most logical answer, in my opinion. Okay. But there were people talking about apparel and everything like that. I'm like, well, they could make an expansion. You know, they can go further than what they kind of gave us and just polished out that expansion part like afterwards, and wouldn't have taken a lot of developers to do that. And the way I'm looking at it, which I'm excited about because I absolutely love Quantum Break. So if they make an expansion, something that goes kind of deeper into the story, shows you what happens like after the end, and gives you something to kind of get in there and play after the end of that story, I am all for that, man.
Yeah, same here. I'm thinking expansion, just like he said, you know, just due to the fact that I think they could have done something along the lines, like right along the same time frame that they were developing the core game itself.
I got another thought. I want to go after She-Wolf.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll get to you. All right, so let's go ahead and get your opinion, She-Wolf. What are you thinking for that Quantum Break announcement?
Truthfully, when it comes to the way he worded it, I actually have the exact quote. He puts, "This is a warning from the future. A fraction in time will happen this Sunday. You can still try to stop it by playing Quantum Break." Okay, I always thought that it would be cool if there was a DLC to play as the female, to play, to show what was happening to her throughout this whole entire time, because they did, let's be honest, have like 3 main characters in that story. You got to play as like the bad guy a little bit, and then you got to play as, the main character for a while, and then that was about it. You always saw her, but you never actually got to do anything with her to find out exactly why she was doing just the little things, I guess. But I just hope this isn't some cheesy announcement where they're just like, oh, guess what? We're releasing it where it can be like 4K, or you know what I mean? Like just some stupid small thing that like really has no relevancy.
What if it's just a free demo or something this weekend?
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, but why would they do it on Sunday though?
Yeah, well, I don't think Friday. I don't want to. I wouldn't say they want to give the whole game away, so they probably just doing a short time on Sunday,
like a
maybe
10-hour type record type thing.
Yeah, because you can play through this game pretty quick.
Yeah. They give you 2 hours or something.
Yeah.
But is that really worth it now? Like it's been a good few.
I mean,
months.
they're trying to generate more buzz and get more sales. Maybe. I mean, you never know.
Yes, Jamie. Shout out to Jamie Moran once again. He just brought up a good point. He said, what if it's just something that happens in game on that date?
That's true too.
Something changes in the core game. Like I don't know if it wouldn't be really DLC, quote unquote, but it would be some type of change. I don't know if it would be an update or something that had to be applied to the game. But what if something changes? Like
that would be crazy.
That would be cool because then everyone would end up and especially if they don't tell you where it is, everyone's gonna have to go back and play the game again.
Yeah, I was definitely thinking something along what She-Wolf was saying as far as playing as what's her name? What was the old girl's name again?
I can't even think of it.
I don't even remember. Yeah,
we'll say Jan or something like Shaquita. Okay, yeah, play as her, or we're gonna play as his boy. I forget his name too. Shit, it's been a while since I played that game. No, not the brother. The brother, the main bad guy. I forget his name.
I don't even remember.
We'll just call him Littlefinger.
Littlefinger. Yeah. Play as either her or Littlefinger. And then probably, I mean, I wouldn't bet money on it, but maybe they'll also have some kind of graphical upgrade. You know, especially with seeing what Gears did. Who knows? I'm not sure if they built that with some kind of DX12, but maybe they can bump it up, have a little bit up res, better shadows in it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of going along the lines that, like, what Jamie said or what we said about just how something maybe in game could change or DLC, or some kind of creative DLC that they have, because they got a unique storyline. So I don't think the DLC will be done like in a traditional way, like, okay, here's another 4 hours of a game, or here's an extension of a 4 hours of a game you can play. I think it would definitely be maybe something, something a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Because he did specifically bring up like
Beth.
The way she was.
That's the girl's name is Beth.
Oh, that's
Beth.
Beth.
Yeah, but think about. Remember that game? Damn, what was it? Alan Wake. When it was what was it called? The American Nightmare. Where you in that game you played the same level multiple times from different angles, trying to get out of like that dream loop. And maybe that's something similar to what they did in Quantum Break.
Or like
which
like a
would
time
actually
loop or
work.
something.
Yeah, it was basically like a dream loop that he was like, he kept on basically doing this, not the same thing, but similar stuff, but he just like different aspects of it.
That would be kind of cool.
Yo,
That'd
shout out.
actually be neat to see like the main bad guy, Paul, to actually have to like go through like something he did.
Yeah, because remember how people were complaining that they weren't able to tackle multiple enemies over and over again, kind of like chaining up powers and stuff. They were like, oh, what if it had more like that Max Payne New York Minute type aspect to it? So couldn't that be part of what they would do with that?
Could be.
I just want to say real quick, a big shout out to Jamie again, because he was like, "What if it's just an HDR update?" Which could actually be.
That's actually yeah.
It could be.
That was kind of my first.
Yeah,
too bad I can't see it, but yeah, that'd be nice.
Kind of like an upgrade to graphics.
I was like, damn, this
would
looks
it be
good.
the way he announced it was like real cryptic though, like it was something actually changing. Like if it was just a software update or something, like I think he probably would have just said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, this Quantum Break 4K or whatever, the HDR. He made it sound like something was changing, like with the game itself, not maybe just graphically.
Ooh,
you know what
hey.
I'm saying? Like,
I don't mean to cut you off, Blam, but Christopher in the comments says, "What if it was a Quantum Break sci-fi show?"
Oh,
We didn't really think he never
That's
actually
not a
specified
bad
that it was
idea.
directly the game that was gonna get.
that's true.
like some straight up Netflix type,
It could
like
be
they
like
get
a Netflix TV show, some type of thing.
Yeah.
I'm reading something on
That'd be
Reddit
awesome.
right now, and it says
What's it say?
it's a reference for the game. Like the first act of the game has 4:15 a.m. 9 October 2016.
Yeah, that's
Really?
the image he posted on his tweet. That's what the ICXM has as well.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe it's just like an in-game thing, or maybe just a free demo for a couple hours. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, one thing is that
Or
I'm
the
definitely
update.
going to be, or the one thing is that we're definitely probably going to be looking forward to seeing whatever comes out, regardless.
I'm gonna
of what
fire it
is.
up today and just play it just to say I did it, because I think it says like play today or something like that on Sam Lake's tweet. Does it?
It
doesn't say
says
that?
Sunday. You can.
Sunday,
it says
yeah, the 9th.
Sunday.
But before Sunday.
It says before. What does it say, She Wolf?
It says this is the warning
No,
from the
this
future.
one's-
A fracture in time will happen this Sunday. You can still try to stop it by playing Quantum Break.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
All right, everybody. So, yeah, definitely
Let's see
interested to
what
see
happens.
what this guy is talking about. Yeah, maybe some change in the game, but definitely looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, everyone. Don't forget doing a giveaway at the end of the podcast. Put your questions down in the comment section. We got a good group of people in here, so shout out to everybody who's in here watching live. Appreciate the love and support. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is not so much. The remaster itself or the game that's being remastered, and that's Voodoo Vince. But it's just the idea that Phil, you know what I'm saying, that being one of his, one of his most like beloved games and OG Xbox game. I'm thinking that this is something that's going to be happening a little bit more regular. I feel like now that they've kind of lost Odyssey Kane, we getting Voodoo Vince remaster. There's a lot of other OG titles that could be remastered also too. Maybe not full blown remakes or anything like that, but I know there's a lot of people would love to see some of the other games come back. So I kind of wanted to get you guys' opinion on. You think this is going to be something that they may take a look at, next year? They may start doing a little bit more regularly with the OG Xbox games. So we'll start with you, Xbot, on this one.
Oh, yo, dude, I definitely think that it's something that they are planning on expanding, and it's really good that they're using Voodoo Vince as kind of like the first one to remaster, because I think it has like a lot of character. There's a lot of humor in it. It's a platformer. I think we could use a few more platformers on the system, but in terms of moving forward, it would be an absolutely awesome idea, because think about like the fighting game Tao Fang, or one of my favorites, which is Kung Fu Chaos. Yeah, think about them getting remastered and coming up to this generation. And the thing is, I'm actually for this. I'm not usually for remasters, but these are coming from like how many years ago? You know what I'm saying? And to see kind of like this generation's polish on such old games that I really like. Now, I hope when they say remaster, it's not just bumping up the resolution. I hope they go in and they upgrade the textures, the lighting, and stuff like that. But it definitely,
this is one of Phil's favorite games. They doing everything.
yeah, and that's another thing, man. It's one of his favorites. It was one of my favorites on the OG Xbox as well. And I do think they're kind of feeling around here. I think they're planning on expanding this more, and it's a good game to start with.
Okay, cool. What about you, Governor? What you think, man? You think this is going to be a trend possibly? Or, I mean, for you, I guess personally, would you look into buying these games? Would you purchase some of the old OG games?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game. Like, I've been a big proponent of like Crimson Skies and Metal Arms Glitch in the System. I would love to see remakes or remasters of those as well. But I think this whole gen, it has a lot of remasters and things. And, on other podcasts I'm on, like Crap Gamer, has this sentiment as well as, once they remaster these games, that's it. They're done. Like, because on these new systems, they're going to be backward and forward compatible from that point on. So if you get them, you don't have to buy them again. So that's good for everyone. But I'm all about, like, if you're going to do a remaster, let's make it make sense. A lot of these OG titles are going to be hard to get remasters due to licensing and all that stuff. Some of them you might even have to buy licensings for the music or whatever the stuff's in it again to even do it. So it's got to make sense for them. For us, I'm sure we wouldn't mind playing a lot of these games again. But I'd rather see remakes of some of these games to bring them up to today's standards and stuff like that, or new games going forward. But I think it's cool for sure.
Awesome. Definitely. You got to remember too, everybody, that we're a little bit. Most of us here on the panel are around the same age range, so we're a little bit older. So a lot of these OG games, once they put them out, they're really for us. They're not really for some of the new, the new people that are, picking up these systems. A lot of younger kids wouldn't even know about Voodoo Vince, but it's definitely one of those titles that you can pick up and play. Would you say, Xbox?
No, I was going to say, Blam, it was funny you were saying that. Can you believe I am the only one on the entire panel of Next Podcast who has played Voodoo Vince, man? I could not believe it. I was so disappointed, man. I was like, no, all you guys are fired. That's it. Like, of course, I was just playing, but I could not believe that. That game is so much fun.
Also, definitely. To touch on what you were saying, Blam, too, as well, is like, like we were playing these games like so, back then and all that kind of stuff when we were kids and stuff like that. But how is that game going to translate to the new generation of gamers as well? They're not used to that. They might not even like it going forward. So, what's that kind of market and everything for that too? That's another thing for them to look at as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know what would be cool if they decided to, because the remaster would be dope. They have a lot of old games. What would be really cool is if they just took them and did like you know how Rare did the Rare replay, like the compilation thing.
Yeah, that'd be
If they just
cool.
took a bunch of old games, put them on disc, sold them for $20, $30. Maybe you get 5, 10 games. I don't know how many games will fit, nowadays, but I think that would be cool if they just took some of those games, some of those beloved titles that we enjoy playing, maybe spruce them up a little bit and threw them all on kind of like a compilation disc. That's something that I can see, kind of like an anniversary disc or something
that would
like
make
that.
perfect sense.
Some of the older titles.
Sure.
That would kind of make sense too it would give
And that would
us
add-
gamers. Go ahead.
It would add great value too, like for us too, all gamers. Honestly, like put a bunch of games like Rare Replay is a great value.
Yeah, definitely. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get your take on that, prayer. What do you see in these OG Xbox games? You think they're going to be doing more of this? You think it's just every once in a while? Are you going to be picking up any of the titles if they decide to do it?
I've mentioned this before. We've had these conversations about back and pack games and stuff like that, and games we want remastered. And it's like, I take the approach of like Zaire. Like, I've played it already. I really don't want to play it again. I mean, now I know Microsoft, when they do remasters, they go all out for them. They make an upgrade in res and frame rates and everything like that. So that aspect of it I enjoy. But I think everybody on the panel and everybody listening probably has about 5 games tops that they would go back and play again as a remaster that they just love so much, and they can pick those 5 out. And if they got those 5, they'd probably be good. Mine is Ninja Gaiden, and I've actually was thinking about this the other day, and I can't remember the name of this game, but it hit me in a little bit when someone else was talking. But there's a few games. I've got most of them I wanted. I got Skyrim Remastered coming. I got a couple of back and pack titles. All I need now is Ninja Gaiden, and I'll be good to go. But I mean, and that's it. And like, I think we're ready to move on from those generations and move forward to something else. So, with the infrastructure that Microsoft has with being able to do back compat and stuff like that, I think I'd rather just see some of these games just come up as titles on like the store. And I'd be okay with buying those games back again for $5 or $10, instead of doing a full up remaster for some of these games. Release it the way it was, the way I remember it. I understand it's going to look better if they upres and everything like that, but I have my mindset on playing it the way I played it in the past. Just bring it back to me that way, and I'll play it most likely if I'm interested in it. But I'm not really a big fan of going back that far for games that I probably will never play again.
Yeah, and that's one of the things about going back to the OG Xbox. I know a couple years ago when they first announced backwards compatibility, people were saying, "Oh man, is it possible that they can do the OG games?" I mean, it's nice in theory, you know what I'm saying, but is it really going to be that successful? Because you got to think about it, like he just said. People maybe have 1, 2, maybe 3 games that they really, really, really will go back and play and really enjoy. Other than that, it's probably going to be a cringe fest looking at those old graphics. So if they don't update them or anything like that, kind of looking at the old graphics. I mean, if you have one, hook up your OG Xbox right now and try and play through some of those titles.
I guarantee you. I tried to play Splinter Cell the other day on and I was like, what in the fuck? It's like the game looks so fucking old, man. Yeah. And the game I was thinking of that I couldn't think of a few minutes ago was Mercenaries.
Mercenaries would be cool. Yeah. I love that game, by the way. Yeah. Okay, cool. What about you? We'll get you, She-Wolf. What about you? What do you think about the OG titles? You think anything is going to come from this, or you think this is kind of a one-off thing here?
Honestly, when it comes to the whole remake thing, I'm just kind of on the same boat as everyone else. I'd rather maybe just see like the whole Rare replay thing. Just grab a whole bunch of like the main titles that everybody wants, put it into one disc, and then upgrade it, let everyone play it like that. Bringing out all these other old titles just one by one, it's great, but at the same time, I'd rather see new titles come out. Or if you're gonna bring out like remasters, how about just bring back like 360 backwards compat games, like add more to that list. Like, I just think there could be time better spent somewhere else than just focusing on bringing back original Xbox games one at a time, especially depending on what they do with it. If it's like a Gears Ultimate Edition upgrade, then that's worth playing again, because then it's something new, it's something you haven't seen, and they've changed things. But if it's just like, what's a game that's come out recently that's a remaster that they did nothing for? Well, I think BioShock is one that all they did was upgrade.
No, they did
graphics,
textures and stuff like that, and graphics wise, they didn't change anything in the game though.
Yeah, so okay, but like that one, of course, is still a big franchise, so of course bringing that one. But I just mean as in where they didn't change things like Ultimate Edition. So it's just it's just things like that. Like Halo did great by doing it in a bundle. They just brought back all their games for anyone who hasn't played to like throw them all in. So it's just, I don't know. I guess stick it all in one disc.
Yeah, that would make the most sense to me. If you're gonna do that, and I think it's probably the most cost-effective way. I mean, I think Voodoo Vince may be one of those special circumstances. We don't know. I know. Shout out to Shannon Loftus too. She did say that this was kind of the baby of the guy who created Voodoo Vince. He was kind of the one pushing really, really hard for this. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if we're going to see that type of support for any of the other OG Xbox games to get them made like standalone. A compilation would be something that's, I think, cost efficient for Microsoft, and it can be something that they just do maybe around Christmas, or not maybe even around Christmas, but at some point in the near future. Just as kind of a kind of one of those things for some of the true Xbox fans or some of the older Xbox fans. Who played on the original Xbox.
That's one of the things when it comes down to it, the OG Xbox, it was known as that hardcore gamers machine. It sold decently, but if it wasn't for Halo taking off on the original Xbox, you pretty much wouldn't have seen a 360 or an Xbox One afterwards. But there was some quality titles for that time. Now, like I agree on the overhaul thing, and another thing is, do we know anything about a price point? Because I haven't heard anything about any type of price point.
It's too early right now. Yeah, they just kind of announced it a little bit. I don't think we're gonna see anything about a price point. I don't know how long.
They got me hyped, man. They got me hyped.
Yeah.
Yo, I remember those games, and there was, like I said, Tao Fang, Kung Fu Chaos, Voodoo Vince. There was a lot of quality games on that system, man.
Definitely. So I don't think I got to you yet live. What do you think, man, about the OG Xbox titles?
Ooh, I got a couple thoughts on this. Well, one, I think they could do this in order to make sure that the console never has droughts. So you basically remaster these games, right? It doesn't cost as much. You get smaller studios to do it. So therefore, you can pump these games out in a more timely fashion. Basically, every quarter you could have like about 3 games come out. Mm-hmm. 2, the direction in which Microsoft is going in is they're trying to build up their gaming library. So therefore, building up your gaming library means that you got to build up your first party studios. So giving your first party studios that you have these tasks of these old OG Xbox games in order to develop them as studios, therefore they can see, you're gauging based on what they've done with the game, what they can do. You're generating a buzz for a game that's probably what didn't, receive that many sales on the OG because, it was kind of overshadowed by PlayStation. So a lot of the people that would have bought those games only played on PlayStation 2 at the time, right? And at the same time, you're able to, kind of like what they did with Gears of War, Rob Ferguson basically made his studio go back and do Gears of War Ultimate to learn about Gears of War. So therefore they were able to make their masterpiece that they made, which is Gears of War 4. So, doing that, you can go back and make take these old IPs that they have, learn from it, and then build from it. And this is my thoughts on it.
And, actually adding to that, Live, he makes a lot of great points. Also, one thing we kind of have to think about, and Blam kind of brought this up, about being the older Xbox players, we know a lot of these games, and of course we're excited to play these games, but the new generations that are coming up have never played these games, chances are. So they've never even had a chance to look at the style of these games. So to them, these are like brand new games that are coming out.
Yeah.
To any of the new generations. So of course they're going to be looking at buying these thinking that they're just new games, where we know they're not, but like our kids and all that.
Would they be interested in buying these games if they're really just an up-res and frame rate? Or
no, they can't do that. They can't. They gotta reskin some of these bad boys. They old as fuck.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, how far are they gonna go? Like, that's the point, though. Is like, how far are they gonna go, and then what's the price point for that? You know?
Nah, you gotta put some D's on it. Put some D's on it. You gotta free that bad boy up. What they should do is part of Xbox Live is when the game releases, have it at a way cheaper price, like between the $5 and $10 price range. Even though after it comes out of its release window, it'll be like $20. So or $15 to $20. So therefore, you get people to like want to jump on it early. Have it set in stone, like they know. Okay, when it releases, it'll be cheaper for the first week or the first month, however long they're gonna make it. And then it gets people to try a game that they normally wouldn't have, just because they're like, damn, I normally wouldn't mess with this game, but it's only going to be $5 for like this week or this month.
Yeah. Another thing that they need to do too is they got to find a way to give people digital access to those kind of games if they decide to do it, because there's a lot of digital users. I know I think physical users still outweigh all digital users at this current point, but the trend is going that direction. Everybody's just downloading the games now. So if you're going to do this, give people opportunity digitally to purchase the game also too, because that's a large market that you don't want to leave people out just because they don't want to go to the store and purchase the game. So
you mean okay, I got you.
Yeah, like make it digital and put it in the store.
You mean physically?
Like if they add achievements to it, you also get a lot of people going back and buying them for the achievements too.
That's true.
It is true.
Okay, cool.
My emotions, She-Wolf.
All right, everybody. So let's go ahead and move on to the next topic that I got here. And this one's we're talking about Nintendo. So everybody, hold on to your hats here. We don't bring them up. Every now and then, I like to talk about them a little bit. So and I wanted to kind of get into the for lack of a better term, strategy of the of the NX, man. From time to time, I like to throw questions in here that aren't really have anything to do with what's going on the week, like during the week. But or the lack of a strategy from Nintendo at this point. I don't really know what's going on with them. This console is supposed to come out in March. That's what they told us last time we seen or heard anything significant about the console, and we still don't know what it looks like, what it does, what color it is, how many buttons, or if it's gonna have a controller, how it's gonna work, anything. We have really zero information about it. So do you guys kind of feel like Nintendo's just buying time at this point, or do you feel like they're really that confident that when they come out in March it's going to be something huge? I know it's Nintendo and a lot of people get on board just for the name. People get excited just hearing Nintendo, but you kind of feel like anybody feel like they're kind of just buying time at this point, or you guys feel like that release in March is going to be something special? So we'll start with you, GKB.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like I thought we heard like articles. I don't know, maybe the last couple of weeks of a possible announcement coming up pretty soon to announce the NX, so everybody can see it. I mean, we've seen like leaked photos. Possibly, it's all rumored. We don't know. There's nothing official out there, but of what it might look like. I don't know, man. The longer they wait, it's kind of hard for them to generate that hype the longer they wait, if it is going to come out in March and whatnot. You got to build that marketing plan up. You got to let people see it. You got to get the media behind it and all that kind of stuff for it to do well. Nintendo plays by their own drum, so who only knows what plans they got cooking. But yeah, it's kind of concerning for me as a consumer. I definitely want to pick it up day one just to see what it's all about. But, without any news, like, you can't get hype behind it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing too. A part of me wants to be excited, but my conscience won't let me, because Nintendo, like you said, on one hand, them kind of dancing to their own music is a good thing. They don't fall prey to a lot of the trends that happen in gaming, because trends come and go, so they don't tend to fall prey to those trends. They kind of go about their own business, but at the same time, they lack certain things, when it comes to, let's get with the times here, you know what I'm saying, as far as having an infrastructure, online infrastructure, some of the policies that they institute, where they're trying to be more of a parent-friendly company than just putting out video games, kind of stifles their creativity sometimes. Go ahead, GKB.
Those are all great points too, but like, the other thing too is like we're all gamers, right? What games, like, what do they look like on this console? Like, that's the other part of it. Like, nobody's gonna buy the NX if the only thing they show is like Zelda. That's the only thing we know that's for sure confirmed for NX coming out. You know, what else are we gonna get here? Like, is it we gonna launch just with Zelda? Is there gonna be a Mario game? Like, what does that look like? You know, Mario Kart game? Like, I don't know. Like, again, there's more questions than there are answers right now. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a huge problem. So let's get your opinion, Xbot. I feel like you got a lot to say about this.
First of all, walking to a different drum and a different beat and all that good stuff, that you guys are just being nice. I think they are overdosing on sniffing glue over there at Nintendo. Like I have a couple kind of like insiders who are telling me what the NX is all about and stuff like that. And unfortunately, it seems like they're I'm going to use a term that a lot of people have been using, like they're still trying to catch lightning in a bottle. And they're still just doing things their own way. A lot of Nintendo gamers and stuff just wanted a powerful console on par with this generation, a regular controller and stuff like that. And Nintendo, what they're doing with the NX is they're banking on this GPS tracking and adding parts of your life into the game per se. And they seem to still be trying to do what they tried to do with the Wii. So in terms of their advertisement and everything like that, you have no idea what they're going to do. I think they might possibly push it back. I wouldn't call it confidence or anything like that. I think they might push it back to closer to the holidays of next year as opposed to March. I mean, we haven't seen anything about it. Like you said, they need to build hype and stuff like that. That's what normal companies and normal people that are running companies would do. But then again, we're talking about Nintendo, and you have no idea like exactly what they're thinking, man. I'm actually...
Xbox, do you think they could even do like next holiday with the Scorpio and all that stuff coming out? That would be, I don't think that, man. Like,
it wouldn't make sense. It would not make sense. Yeah. But again, we are talking about Nintendo. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, I agree, but I even think Nintendo has somewhat of a brain out there. Like, I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, that's almost like, hey, you're not going to sell any consoles this year.
Yeah. But you know what the funny thing is?
E3s, they use puppets, people.
That's a picture of the guy from Nintendo staring at the Xbox One.
Staring at the Xbox One as Reggie. Yeah, somebody. Jamie.
That will let you know right now he's not fucking with that shit.
Yeah, he's not fucking with whatever they got going on up there at the lab, man. That's for sure. Another thing too, Xbox, that I want to bring up too, kind of what you're talking about, and Paul brought up a good question too, about when it actually releases, because I always thought this from the beginning. Nintendo put themselves in an awkward spot by releasing that Wii U when they released it. Rather than wait another year, they put it out, okay, we're going to get a 1.5 lead or 2-year lead on the PS4 and the Xbox One. And it put them in an awkward spot because with the way things are going, and we see Microsoft and Sony's plans for, you know, these intermediate consoles in between, like, I guess you could say true console cycles now. We're getting like more powerful consoles in between. If this console comes out and say it's on par with, you know, just maybe an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, they're back in the same position that they were in with the Wii U.
Well,
they're back in the same exact position.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, man, but it's gonna be comparable to the launch Xbox One. Not quite as powerful as that. It's gonna be a little less powerful than that. They're using something called the Pascal 2 for the GPU, and in theory, it can kind of get up almost close to the Xbox One, but not quite. But then again, like what they're banking on is not the power of the system. It's not the GPU. It's not the CPU. It's this GPS tracking. It's the take your tablet again. I mean, they're making another tablet. The only thing is now you plug that into a dock when you get home. It's still a freaking tablet. They're banking on the tablet and the GPS tracking to promote this system. So they're making the same mistake. They're making the Wii U again is what they're doing.
Oh, it's no bueno. So let's go ahead and get your opinion, Pred, about this, man.
Oh man.
Everybody loves this one. Yeah,
man. It's like, good Lord.
So many areas I can go with this right now. You know, we haven't heard from Nintendo, and it's like they're like forgotten at this point. I mean, like I'll ask this question: does anyone remember the Wii U launch and all the trying to say the lack of exactly? You're about to say no.
Yeah,
I was about to say that no one remembers the Wii U launch, and here we go again with the NX, and there's like no media behind it. No one's talking about it. I mean, and the thing is, like, when they finally say something, it's going to be all over the internet, But what is this console really going to be? And is it going to compete with the two that are out now? No, it's not. From what everything's been pointing towards. So you're getting a weaker console most likely, and it's coming out at a shitty time. If they release this thing in March, think financially for a minute. You're just now coming off the holidays, right?
Yeah, it's after Christmas, people.
It's after Christmas. It's after this big push of fucking games. I bought 3 games already that I can think off the top of my head. I bought Forza, I bought Gears, I bought VCore. I got Battlefield coming. I'm not getting Titanfall, but I mean, some people are getting Titanfall. Some people are getting Call of Duty. And then get a new console. Mafia. There's another console coming out. There's a PSVR coming out, and then after that mad rush of all that shit that you just spent money on for the last 4 months, March comes around, and they're gonna drop the NX. I'm like, who's buying it around that time? Now, it's different when you buy a game in March, because I really think developers need to kind of spread out that cycle a little bit. But you're buying a console, and you're looking at, I feel like Allen Iverson right now. We talking about consoles, man. We're talking about a console coming out in March, and it has, like, you've seen what, 1 game?
Yeah.
And we don't even know if it's running on the NX. I mean, there might be a couple out there. I know Xbox is about to correct me, but like the one game I was talking about. Go ahead, Xbox.
What I'm saying about the whole March thing, it's a very good idea. If you look at the average gamer right now, the age of the average gamer is 31 years old. All right. If you look at March, what comes in March? Taxes. All right. Not for any.
That's true.
You get a chunk of money when it comes to taxes. I know a bunch of people who buy TVs and stuff like that when they get their taxes. So why not a system? That's also why I believe that, like, Microsoft and he's kind of like these companies, need to come out with more software around that time as well, because it's a lot easier to spend the $60 on a new game than the couple hundred for a console. But people do have that money when taxes come around, man.
That's true.
It's a good point. That, but think of it this way: if you just bought, let's look at it as the eyes of a gamer. An Xbox game, a PlayStation 4 game, whatever. You just bought, let's say you're a hardcore PS fan. You just bought PSVR for God knows how much all that shit's going to cost you, and a couple of games, plus all the multi-plats that came out. And then March hits, and you're like, what's coming out? Do I want to buy Ghost Recon and play on the system I already own? Or do I want to buy an NX where I'm going to play Zelda? And then
Can I also add a point to yours, Predator? I just want to add, like, the whole taxes thing. Do you want to buy an NX or do you want to buy a 4K to actually get the best experience out of your actual new system that you bought before Christmas?
No. I think I'm just saying, like, the funds are there, like, for a choice. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, like, if you have that choice, now be honest, Xbox, are you gonna buy an NX in March?
Dude, I don't even, like, from what I've heard, like I said, from the people I've talked to, unfortunately, it looks like no. I've wanted to get excited about this. I do really like Nintendo, like, franchises. You know what I'm saying? The Marios, the Donkey Kong, all that good stuff. And I wanted to get excited about this, but from where I'm hearing that they're going, until they really come out and they present this thing and they show what it can do and they show the games for it and stuff like that, I'm going to lean towards no, I'm not going to get it.
So, like, a lot of people, you're right. That's a good point. You're looking at your aspect of it, but you add in what you just said, you add in what I just said, and you add in what everyone else in this panel is probably going to say. It all leads to negatives. And, like, there's a negative with everything that comes with NX, whether it's the release time.
GKB did say I would buy it day one.
He said he'd get it launched.
Well, he said
you got to talk to your wife about that first. But I mean, for the casuals, for the 9 to 5 hardworking people that are out there, if they just got all this shit right before Christmas this year, and they see an NX come in, there's a negative for everybody out there. That's going to prevent them from buying it.
No, definitely. No, that's absolutely correct. It's just I'm coming from more the perspective where it's just awkward to see the whole strategy that they're taking with this NX coming off of the. I don't want to say the Wii U was a failure, but it definitely didn't exceed their expectations or meet their expectations.
All,
it definitely didn't even come close.
And you got the Scorpio coming out next year.
Yeah, and that's coming next year too. But I mean, you coming off something like the Wii U where you saw that falter. It had a whole year or even 2-year lead. I think it was maybe even just a year, maybe, but had a whole year lead on these other consoles, and it just sputtered. The software was far and few in between. When it did come out, it was good, but there wasn't very many games. I mean, anybody know anything coming out with that Wii U recently? I mean, maybe they're taking all their resources and dumping them in the stuff that they're doing for the NX. We may see some huge lineup, for the NX at launch. You never know, but then you have people.
After that, then what?
Well, I mean, you on top of that, Fred, you got these third-party companies. We talked about this a few months ago. EA saying that, hell, we don't even know if we're gonna get behind this thing. It just depends on what they show us. Like, we're not even sure. Are we gonna make any third-party games for this thing? Like, we don't even know yet.
Blam, the one thing that would get me to like seriously consider this thing, they haven't even said yet, and that would be a Metroid. I have missed Metroid so much, and if they came out and said for a launch title, hey, we have this Metroid game, and not that little co-op or freaking arena-style Metroid that they were talking about, like a full-blown Metroid game, then I would probably consider it a little bit more. But
there's a problem with that Xbox. He was too busy making a Recore, so
and whatever else he's making right now too.
And whatever else he's making afterwards. So good luck with that one.
Again,
I get your point though. Go ahead.
You're talking about Nintendo though. Like, when was the last time they have made like a common sense decision like that? The success with the Wii could be the downfall of Nintendo because they keep holding on to what happened with the Wii, thinking they are going to replicate it. And it could very well be the downfall of them, at least in the console space. Like, they have the handheld on lock. That's no doubt. But in terms of a console, if they keep trying to replicate what happened with the Wii, they're going to bury themselves, man.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. Let's get your opinion live on this, man. What do you thinking, man? You've been kind of quiet over there, marinating. So how you feeling about NX, man?
All right. Well, first, I think the NX is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of gaming, I guess you would say. Because from what I'm hearing, it's a tablet. It's a tablet that can attach to pieces that can make it like a handheld, and then it can be converted into a console when you separate the tablet from the controllers and dock it, and then put the controllers together and then make one unified controller. And I'm assuming they still have motion gaming, right? So you have all this stuff in one. It's very convoluted and there's a lot of shit going on, but I'm assuming that's the direction Nintendo is going. Why? Well, their fan base is younger. Their fan base tends to be people that play on tablet. So if you play on tablet, especially as a younger kid, Nintendo has your back, right? They're basically a lot of people are saying, well, maybe Nintendo is not going to get the AAA, multi-plats that we are accustomed to, but what they will get is the mobile games. They'll get all those mobile games that the kids play that we don't play, right? And they could just hit that market. They can either put their games over there on all tablets or whatever, or they can have all the games that are on tablet come to the NX.
And what kind of substantiates that is that they did announce that Mario game on the iOS or whatever, that Mario Run shit or whatever it's called. Yeah. They did make that announcement too. It's going to be on.
But the thing I look at is, all right, so people are saying, well, how are you going to get the kid that's already has a tablet onto the NX? Well, the thing is, tablet games suck. They just do. They're not accurate, and they're very shaky. So if Nintendo can perfect gaming as far as a mobile gaming, as far as on a tablet, to fit both tablet, play consistently on tablet, as they do with the tablet and the controllers, and when it's docked, then they have something there. Now, will gamers gravitate to it? Only time will tell. But if that's the market, it seems that they're going after that, mobile market where it's like same thing as Microsoft is doing as far as like take your games wherever you want to go, but instead of them just doing it on, a PC and a console, they're doing it on their portable tablets and converted to a handheld, converted to a console. That's basically what they're doing. They're just doing it a different way. So we'll see.
All right. So I know She-Wolf, you kind of chimed in a little bit, but I kind of wanted to get your opinion before we went on to take some questions here in the comment section. What do you think about the NX?
What's funny is I really wanted a Wii U. I got a Wii U, but I wanted it to play Epic Mickey because I like the concept of being able to like take your game from your screen and put it onto the controller part of the screen so that if, other people wanted to watch TV, then they could. Except that didn't even work properly. Majority of the games that I got for the Wii U, you weren't actually able to use that function. And that was supposed to be one of their highest selling point for the Wii U was this function. So that kind of worries me when it comes to the NX because how do we know any of these features that they're actually telling us is supposed to work actually work? And then they still have the whole lacking of the online system where you have all these people who can play online, but yet they still can't actually talk to their friends. They still can't actually. So it takes away the experience. And let's be honest, we have the Xbox One and the PlayStation, which both have these great community style, like Xbox Live and PSN and all that kind of stuff where, you can interact with your friends. Nintendo still has not brought that. And even though they talked about it, there's still no signs of this. So I think with that, they're already giving a bit of a lack to competing against these other consoles. So when it comes to the NX, I'm just not excited for it anymore. I'm just, it kind of fell in the background. We don't see much from it. We get rumors, but, they should have just stayed with a handheld, or they should have actually, instead of making a console themselves, just actually make some money and be smart about it and actually brand out to the Xbox or even the PlayStation. Heck, both preferably. And just bring all your main games to these two consoles because I bet you'd probably make a hell of a lot more money than wasting all your money trying to make a console that you think is going to compete with these other two when really it's not. And I don't know. Plus with the whole tablet idea, it's smart, and I see where you're coming live, but the problem is there's too many new ones that are always coming out where it's, you have Samsung, you have Apple, you have like all these
other
different
crazy companies. Yeah.
Yes, you have all these amazing ones that are actually focused just on creating consoles or tablets, where even if they become a console tablet style game, it's still going to be irrelevant because I would rather go spend, say, like $100 on one of these, like, good ones where you can get through your phone company or something like that to save some money than spend like $300 on an NX where, heck, you're still not even exactly sure of the functions, again, to exactly what you can do with this.
We have to see how they decide to sell this because they could sell it almost like a mobile, like a mobile phone or mobile tablet type of device, similar to what Microsoft kind of did with the 360 for a short period. I think I'm trying to remember. It was like 3 years. It was like, buy the 360 for $100 today, and then you basically pay it off as you pay for like a larger amount of Xbox Live. They basically called it Xbox Live, but you were paying like $30 a month or something like that.
If they advertise it as a tablet and not a console, then it could possibly, like, again, you're looking at parents who are going to look at the best way that, they're going to get their children to play. Like I know for me personally being a parent, when I buy tablets, I want to be able to make sure that like this can go out with my kids. So if we're in the doctor's office or we're somewhere else for a long period of time that they get bored, they can have something to do. Now the games on the NX, are they actually going to make sure that this is going, like these games that you buy, if you go somewhere, are you still going to be able to play this? Or do you have to have Wi-Fi or connection? You know what I mean? Like you said, it all comes down to how they advertise the actual functions that are being given. And we have nothing of that yet.
I don't think they're going to depend on the internet. You're going to have to get cartridges or something. There's no way that Nintendo's going to depend on the internet for gaming. It's just not going to I don't see it happening. Like,
yeah, that's a good point.
And I don't think it's big enough. I don't think the memory is big enough in order to really keep that many games on it. So unless you're paying out the ass on memory units, I don't know if that's really an option either one.
And once again, this all sums it up what GKB said earlier: more fucking questions than answers. So that's the biggest problem with Nintendo at this point. We don't know a goddamn thing about what's going on with them and what this console is supposed to be. So we'll see how it all plays out. So it looks like we're going to go ahead and the show's winding down. We're going to go ahead and take questions. I will be doing the drawing here soon after we take 2 or 3 questions. Somebody randomly will, I'll announce it here live too. Somebody will randomly win the gear specs the codes that I was given. So you guys be listening to that, everybody tuning in. So we're going to start taking questions now. So everybody in the comment section, everybody watching live, you guys just go ahead and fill up that comment section, give us your questions. We'll take a few before we end the show today. I already got a good one here from Sobsky117. Shout out Sobsky. He's always in here supporting the channel. So he said, what do you guys think of Seamus Blackley teasing an Xbox One Duke controller? I don't know if you guys saw, but he did tweet out. He actually tweeted and actually put Phil Spencer in the tweet that if that's something like he would be on like super bored with that if they would decide to do that. Like he said he'd come back to work for that. If they decided to do the controller. He did say that. He said, well, just in some form or way, maybe not the exact Duke, but maybe one, for the Xbox One, kind of like a tribute to the Duke controller. You know what I'm saying? So would anybody here be on board with that? Anybody, just go ahead and let
absolutely,
me know.
Man.
Wants to talk.
I'd be on board like day one. I'd probably buy it day one. Absolutely, I would pre-order it and everything. I was actually one of the ones when I had my OG Xbox. I actually loved the Duke controller. They came out with the smaller ones after, but I was a big fan of the larger controller. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. But doing like a throwback design on the Xbox One or a Scorpio, that would be really cool, and I would totally be on board for it.
Cool. All right, anybody else want to chime in on that?
Well, go ahead,
Xbox. No, go ahead, Xbox.
All right, no, I was gonna say I called it the hamburger controller, and when they went to the controller S, just like GKB said, I actually preferred my bigger one. Like I have a pretty big set of hands right here, so but the bigger controller actually I liked it better. The only thing was I like the positioning of the white and the black button on the controller S a little bit more, but all in all, I actually like the feel of the original, what I call the hamburger controller. As far as right now, I don't know if I would buy it. It would probably be more of a novelty than anything else, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I ain't going backwards, man. I can't get that.
I got an Elite, dude. That's it. I got
an Elite, and actually I've been playing a lot with my my Xbox One S controller a lot lately too. But like, I don't know if I can go back to using that. I don't think it will feel comfortable.
I was fine with it. I don't even have used ones, and I was okay with the Duke. But it's kind of a novelty thing. I think it would just be cool to see one. Like even if it was just limited edition. Like even if they said, okay, we're only going to make a certain amount of these controllers, and we're going to price them. Like you could play with it, but more people would probably use it as just some kind of collector's item than actually use it.
Did that have rumble triggers in it or no?
I think so.
I damn sure had enough room.
Oh no, it had a rumble pack.
It had a rumble pack. I don't.
Yeah, a rumble pack.
No, the rumble pack.
You're right. Yeah, it had a rumble pack. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, fuck that. I don't want it.
I think you had to put batteries in that shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want it, man.
All right, so let's see. Let's take a couple other questions. You see anything in here, She-Wolf or GKB? I'm starting at the top because people always throw questions in early.
There's one from Chicken says, if you could make any custom OX, what game would it be for, and sounds would you make to turn on and off?
Oh, like a custom Xbox
custom console.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Ooh, I got a good one. I got a good one.
Go ahead.
It'd be a Splinter Cell one, man. The lights come on. Come on, you know it's gonna be Splinter Cell.
Nice.
In light of the whole Voodoo Vince thing, and it had me thinking about OG Xboxes, and all right, I'm not trying to sell to the masses here. This is just me personally. A Tao Feng one, the fighting game, and for the startups, you would hear like a bone breaking. or because like Tao Fei, it was one of the first things where you actually saw like the damage on the fighters, and maybe like the first couple bars of the kind of like the theme song to it. That would be mine though.
That'd be cool, man.
Nice. Okay. I could think of a lot of goddamn games they could really.
I did the one up
something
sound for
nice with.
Mario.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, anybody else want to chime in on that? T-Wolf, you got anything that you would do? Custom console?
Honestly, I didn't play a lot of OX or XO games. So probably no. Sadly, I kind of played more on PlayStation at that time.
Okay.
I would go with.
Oh, that was a Fuski's revelation today on Next. By the way, it's like, yeah, no, I was more on PlayStation. It's like, it's okay, man. We're not gonna lynch you, yo. I swear.
Well, actually, in defense, I wasn't even a PlayStation. I was actually a PC gamer growing up. So, but there was like more games I liked on PlayStation, like all of the Kingdom Hearts and Spyro and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah, they should probably do with a Splinter Cell, shiny black console with the green Xbox.
I'm speaking my language.
Logo. And the controller should light up green for the Xbox symbol as well.
I love this man right here.
I'm just saying, it's my game right there.
Look at Solo Dolo's question.
Yeah, I was actually gonna ask that question, just to kind of wrap up the show. So Mr. Solo Dolo, was it 11B? Yeah, 11B. Shout out to you, man, for chiming in here today and being on the show, man. So good question here. Fun question in the show. It says, when you finally get to sit down and get into a game you've been wanting for so long, how do you prepare? You take off work, you order pizza. So it's kind of a fun question here, because we all kind of have a ritual. Let's not lie, because I know I do. When it's a game that I want to sit down and really, really play, we all had that ritual. So we'll start with you on this one, She-Wolf.
Ooh,
do you have something that you do?
Actually, I get like a bag of Twizzlers because I love just I like something that I can just sit and eat, like chew on while I'm gaming. Usually grab either a beer or some form of vodka drink and then just pretty much sit back. Usually we get pizza for like if it's around dinner time because of the fact that I don't have to cook. So it's just kind of or Chinese food. I was
gonna say, yeah, you gotta throw that one in there.
Yeah. So
nice.
Kind of depends on the time of day it is, I guess.
I usually take the day off though, for sure.
Yeah, if it's that big. Like, what the funny thing is, I used to, when Halo from the OG Xbox and like the 360, early 360, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, I would take the entire week off of work. And throw I always wanted to throw LAN parties when those games would come out. Like, I had all planned out, like pizza party, and all my buddies come over. We do the system link and hook everything up, and so yeah, that was kind of when a huge. I don't do that anymore, obviously, but back in the day, man, I used to go all out. I'd take the week off for Halo. Yeah, Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. I took those weeks off. It was like almost like a religious week or something. I don't know. It was crazy. I used to have everything planned out the entire week. So
yeah, for like those big releases, man. Like, I mean, I even took the day off for like the Xbox One S just coming out, like because we got that and did the unboxing video. Did it for Gears. I could. Probably even gonna do it for Scorpio too. So yeah, just get some snacks, just have a good time, man.
Cool. Anybody else wanna chime in on that? They got a routine?
Well, I was gonna say I take the 3 children and I bring them like 3 rooms away. I duct tape them together. All right. Then
grandparents, bro.
I was gonna say that's what we do, but we send ours to the grandparents for the night.
Then I go to Oh Snaps. I'm like, hey, you haven't talked to your sister in a while. Maybe you should call her. So this way, when he calls her, they're like, oh my goodness, they start, and then before
she listens to the show, bro.
I think so. Well, she's working right now. She's working right now, so I'm not sure if she's listening right now. But then, once they get together, they'll be like, well, we should really go out and stuff like that. I'd be like, babe, you haven't talked to your sister in a long time. Maybe you should go visit her. So this way, now I have the house to myself. I make a nice pot of coffee, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, now it's probably just completely ruined because you just
spilled the beans, bro.
Yeah, good luck getting that alone time anytime after the podcast.
I wish she was on the podcast right now because I would love to hear what she does. You know, I think she would probably top me on that whole thing. I'm just saying. And by the way, just a disclaimer: I don't actually duct tape the kids together for anybody watching.
Tape them together.
Isn't it sad that you actually?
Yeah, please don't leave that out, man. We got some crazy people in this world, man. Oh my God.
I have two stories on this.
Go ahead.
When I think it was Halo 2 when it came out, I was working at Hollywood Video. And we usually get the games like maybe 2 or 3 days before they release. And so I would come to work. I take that day off. I would come to work, pick up the game because we had to play them, you know, so we can actually be able to talk to the customers and tell them how the game was. So I would go pick up the game and play it and take the day off. But like recently, like since I work from home now, like it's been great. I can just like get up and pretend to be at work and just slack off all fucking day and just play games all day. So I do that now. I don't really have to take time off of work anymore because I actually work from home. So it's actually a blessing in disguise. But I think the last game was Halo 5 that I actually just did not do anything at all. I got up and I played it that night as soon as it came out. Gears, I think I waited. I think I waited till about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning after release and played that one. But for the most part, I don't do anything crazy anymore. I just, I get up and I try and work around my schedule. But I work from home, so I can actually fix things in my schedule to give me more time during the day to play when it comes out that night. So I try to adjust everything on the front end, so I have all that extra time to fuck with the games at the end of the week. So
nice,
cool. That's nice, man. I'm trying to get to that point too, man. For sure, man. Working from home is always nice, man. Especially when you got all these games coming out. All right, so if that's it, I think that's it. So as far as the questions, everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead. If you're listening, I'm gonna go ahead and announce the winner, and I will DM this person. By the way, I have a Twitter generator here. He just picks one of my followers randomly. So everybody has an opportunity to win. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit that button, everybody, and we'll see who it is. Let's see. Let me open up the app. Sorry, everybody. All right. So the app is open. So we have a winner here. I am now picking, and we got a
Predator.
TC.
Yeah.
No, we got a TC. It's capital T period C capital C period. He has the 2 Scorpio signs on before the T and after the C. Has a Tennessee Titans logo. Shouldn't even give it to him for that reason alone. That is terrible. I'm just playing, man. But yeah, TC, if you're listening, I will be DMing you the codes, brother. Hit me back though, because if I don't DM him unless you hit me back, because I don't want to give him away to somebody who's not gonna see him. It'd be a waste. So DM me, let me know, hey, I'm here, I'm active, and I will send you the code. So if he doesn't within a day, everybody, I'll just re-roll for him, and whoever wins it the next time will get him. So yeah, it looks like we're gonna go ahead and wrap everything up. I know you guys said I don't know if you guys want to announce it here. She-Wolf maybe you already did on Twitter. There's no game night tonight?
No, it's canceled due to the hurricane. We've just been so overworked and so tired that it's just a bit much to get all together tonight. So next week.
GKB just wants to play Gears.
Shh.
That's
you can't
funny.
say
That's
that
funny. So
there will be people DMing us getting mad.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Everybody out there listening.
So yeah, everybody, the game night is canceled, but it'll resume next week. Everybody, they've been through a lot this week, so let's give them a break. They always put on a good game night, but there's a consolation. Hey, I need to run some goddamn raids. I need to run that raid tonight, and I need to run some strikes. So anybody who has Destiny Rise of Iron, man, hit me up on Xbox, man, if you guys want to play. I need some confident people to run strikes with, because playing with randoms has been tough for me. So I ain't been able to really get through a damn strike yet.
You can DM me.
Yeah, I know. She-Wolf. But yeah, so you guys down to play Destiny? Anybody listening? Just hit me up. Hit me up on Xbox Live. We'll get into a party and play. If I, once I have the time here in a little bit. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. It was a good show, everybody. Appreciate you guys coming out. I'm gonna let everybody go around like I always do on the panel. Let you guys know where they're at, where you can find them. We'll start with you, Governor.
Oh yeah, so it's GKB. You can find me on Gamers Knows Best on Twitter and YouTube. again, I want to thank everybody out there in the community, man. Like the best wishes and all that kind of stuff was fantastic. It really got us up when we were kind of down and really worried about the storm coming through. So again, thank you. They're gonna be on Console Corner on Tuesday. Yes, we're gonna have it, and then we'll be on Xbox Nation. And yeah, thanks again, everybody. You guys rock.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Xbot, let everybody know where they can find you, man.
Yeah, of course, I make everything simple. Everything is Xbot448 across the board, whether it's my YouTube channel, Twitter, Xbox Live, it's all Xbot448. I join in with Mooch every Friday to do the Crossfire podcast. I'd like to say it's every Friday at 6-ish, because you never know. It's usually like anywhere between 6 and 6:20 or so. We kind of kick it off, but And every Saturday you have the Gamers Block. GKB She Wolf, I'm glad that you guys are okay. I can just imagine all the work you've had to do so far, and probably so much more to come. I've been talking to a few of my friends that live in Florida, and it was definitely an experience, man. I'm glad you guys are okay. Big shout out to Crap as well, man. I haven't heard.
Just got his power back.
Yeah.
Oh, he just got it back. All right.
Awesome. Shout out to Crap too, man. He's down there in Florida too. So shout out to you, Crap, if you're listening.
Yeah,
I know you just got that power back on, man.
Even our special guest on next podcast, which was Too Much Food, he was actually he was going live in his car, like at his school, because his school had the internet, because his power was out. There was damage in his town and stuff like that. But so he was going live from his car in the parking lot to join us. So big shout out to him as well. Next podcast every Saturday 6 p.m. a part of the Gamers Block, man.
Yeah, me and Xbot working on getting some T-shirts, man. We need something going on with that Gamers Block, man. We need that to be a thing, because it really is, man. So we'll talk a little bit later about that.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
For sure, man, for sure. By the way, before I move on to Predator and Live, I got some things coming to the channel. I know me and GKB been talking kind of behind the scenes about doing something together as far as adding a segment to my YouTube channel. We'll probably bounce it around from his channel to mine. So there's some things in the works. I just wanted to let everybody know who's watching that we got something great coming up here. We just got to work out the details. It's timing, schedules got to be worked out and everything like that. But we got something on the way special for you guys. Craig, let everybody know where they can find you.
Y'all can find me deployed, because I think this is my last podcast for a while.
Shit, that's right. That's right.
So I might be here next week. I'm not 100% sure right now. I'm still waiting on some information, but I still will try to tune in and listen, and I'll still be able to comment on Twitter and stuff like that, and maybe upload some videos. But as far as doing anything live, it's going to be kind of
sketchy.
My case basis, yeah. So shout out to the 320 followers I have on Twitter right now, and I said I do a giveaway when I hit 300. So I want to announce that now. It's going to be 4K Alex. So I don't know if he's listening to this channel, but I'll definitely DM him and shout out. I know
who Alex is. Yeah, it's Alex K. Alex.
Yeah, he won. He won. So I just did a random drawing, and so I'll hook him up tomorrow morning with the code in his DM, so he'll get that. Other than that, man, just,
what was the giveaway?
When I hit every time I hit 100 subs, I give out a $20 gift card. So.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Awesome.
I who won the first. I was gonna do a giveaway for Forza, but I ended up giving it to Brutal because he had some issues going on. So I just, I felt sorry for him. So I hooked him up last week. And I did a little joke in the podcast with She Wolf, and I apologize.
That was amazing.
That was mean.
I know that was kind of fucked up. I thought I sent it. It was funny, but I was like, "Fuck."
I tried to give credit where credit's due, but that was not due at all.
You motherfucker.
So, all right, shout out to Brutal too. He's down there in Florida too, man. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
All right.
And since there's no game night tonight, I will be playing some Horde mode tonight. So if anybody jumps in with me, we can get that going too. So
for sure. All right, Live. Let everybody know where they can find you, G, before we wrap it up here.
Oh, it's your boy Live Wire. You can check out my channel. We got some new shit up there, and a new podcast I did not too long ago. Shout out to the little boy that's underneath me that's beating the motherfucking drums like a crazy person. Shout out to that little motherfucker. I say, shout out to Zaire and Zobi. I checked out their show. Dope shit. Yeah, and shout out to the Xbox community, man. Keep playing Gears, man. That shit is hot. I can't wait to get some more multiplayer and fuck people up, you know. Even though, man, that shit is. Look, I don't see. Listen, man, Gears is fucking. Man, Gears it disciplines you like the mean ass nun in Catholic school. Like that bitch beats you hard. It is rough, man. That shit is rough.
Yeah, I was
even
never
the multiplayer, man. I was trying to play. I was trying to play on hard, not even insane, on hard. And I said, "Oh no, I need to go back to normal and get my skills up." You know, motherfucker was doing shit to me. I was like, "Oh shit, this bitch blew my kneecaps off." Oh hell no.
Man, you gotta be careful, man. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead. I'm the last one, so everybody, I'm the host with the most. PTK Blam. I try and keep everything the same across the board to Twitter, PTK Blam, YouTube, same thing. Hit me up on Xbox Live, like I did say earlier. I'm trying to run a little bit of Destiny tonight. So anybody hit me up who want to run some strikes or some Crucible, whatever the case may be, send me a message on Xbox Live at PTK Blam. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter also too. Subscribe to the YouTube, man. And I think that's going to end the show tonight, man. So everybody have a good one. Thank you guys for coming out. And as GKP would say,
take care of your fellow gamers.
All right, everybody. Y'all have a good night. Take it easy. We out of here.
Later.
Yeah.